recording this for some people who wanted to catch it later. So here we go. Thank you guys for joining on this Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. I wanted to just show you, these are some of the classes that I have already covered. So if there's any of these that still sound interesting to you that you would like to catch, then let us know and we can help you. So we've already done essential oils for healthy homes. We've spoken about oils for little ones, oils and emotions, why Ningxia is essential. Then we've spoken about essential rewards and staying healthy, like general overall health. And tonight we're talking about the Young Living business opportunity, which is quite a huge, awesome, fun topic at the moment because of kind of what's going on during the season with people sadly losing work and such. So I'm excited to share with you guys and show you a lot about how this business works. Okay, so tonight I'm going to cover a little bit about who I am, what essential oils are, how they work, why Young Living, because I know that there's many other essential oil companies out there. I'm going to talk about how we work together, how we can earn residual income, how you can get started just by sharing, and then we'll talk a little bit about a recap and what's next. So quickly, who I am and why I'm here. So I am really passionate about empowering people with the knowledge of how to embark on a wellness journey, caring for this person and their family using natural and plant-based products. And that is huge for me, and a little bit of background on how and why I got started. My little girl, at the time she was 16 months and she had been ill with fevers for 10 days. And it was on day 3 that I took her to the pediatrician to get her checked out head to toe. We couldn't find out what was wrong with her. We looked checked everything. It wasn't an ear infection. It wasn't anything. So I was told if she still is having these temperatures, come back in 2 days. And we'll start to do some other testing for stuff that might be more serious that we're not seeing. And on my drive home, she had a seizure in the car. She had a febrile seizure, which was horrible. And I went straight back to the pediatrician. They said, okay, at this point, I recommend you go to the ER room, get her fully tested, blood work, all the rest of it, find out that it's nothing very serious. And so we did all of that. Everything was negative, luckily, but I had no answers on what was wrong with my child. And in the meantime, she was miserable. She was clinging on to me like a little koala bear. And I just decided at that point, I need to find something else that can work for her and for my family to not only prevent sickness, but to actually help when something might be wrong, to help to bring a temperature down. Because mind you, I had been told by doctors that all I can do for her is have her on painkillers every 4 hours. I need to alternate painkillers and give her that. I was doing all of that and truly it wasn't really helping and she wasn't feeling better or getting better. So this is what led me to feel inspired to do research and to find not only something that could work, but the absolute best quality of something, which it turns out it was essential oils. And I'm proud to tell you that it has been, she's now 5 years old. So that's what, 3.5 years. We have never had to use any pain medication ever. She's never had a seizure again. My whole family uses essential oils and we use Young Living, very specifically Young Living, because I wanted to make very sure that I'm going to use the best quality, and I'll go through why I made this choice with you guys. And we have been a really healthy household that prevents so many of the sicknesses and illnesses we were seeing nonstop. I mean, every winter we all had some version of colds and flus. Then we've been through croup, HFM, all these kid things. And I saw such a difference between my one child who's older than my younger one with having used essential oils. So honestly, truly, we hardly and luckily do not need to go to the pediatrician. We go very little. In fact, I get phone calls from them to say, oh, your child turned 3, right? Oh, your child's turned 4. You need to bring them in for a well check. That is how infrequently we are going to the pediatrician, from literally going there almost once a month with something. So this is why I'm so passionate about this. And business side, I never thought I would do the business. I actually have a sleep training business that I run and do. And so I work with moms and little ones with babies, teaching them how to get on age appropriate routines, helping for babies to sleep through the night and to help restore balance, to get babies eating well, playing well, feeding well. That is my passion. And this fell in my lap. This started to work and make such a huge difference and impact in our lives that it was very easy and natural to share with other moms that I work with, because so many people say, oh, you know, they're teething. How now they're waking up several times in the night. What can I do? How can I help? How do we not undo all this amazing work that we got to get my child to sleep through the night? So now I could make recommendations, you know, Copaiba, what a great oil, and there's no side effects and it really works. So I started integrating that into what I was already doing, and it just snowballed. So we're going to talk a little bit more about how we can all do this business, and that this opportunity is so incredible. And it's honestly been such an honor to be able to work with my South Africans and my fellow people. I actually live in California right now, but I am South African. All my family live in South Africa. So we have this Hello Essentials team. And just to be clear so that you all understand, Young Living is making the products. They are doing the work. They have farms. We're the only company that own our own farms. And I'm going to touch on that in a second and what that means. And Hello Essentials is our team. So that is our team name. And essentially, when somebody gets a starter kit or they buy product through Young Living, the way that we are set up is it comes with a person who's going to hold your hand and help you on your oily journey. So it is important that everybody understands and knows this is a referral-based business. So whoever's invited you tonight, you should refer back to them if this is something that interests you. Maybe you don't even have a starter kit yet, and we'll cover that as well. So that is a little bit of background and history, and why I am very passionate about this business. Okay, so for those of you who really are new and don't know a thing about essential oils, how they work, what they are, how exactly do they help to make us feel better and heal. So essential oils are the lifeblood of a plant. Its job is to protect and strengthen the plant. They are unique, volatile, it's a fluid, they're adaptogenic, they're antiviral, antifungal, antiseptic, and antibacterial. So yes, you better believe that we are using our oils on the go to prevent things like bacteria and, you know, viruses from affecting us. They are extracted from roots, leaves, barks, and seeds of the plant. It's very carefully looked into where the most nutritious part of the plant is, and that is going to be the part of the plant where we extract the essential oil from. We use low heat, steam distillation, or resin tapping. So again, depends on the plant that we are extracting from, that we do different methods. And essential oils are tiny in size. So they have 40 million trillion molecules in just one drop, which is amazing. So they're extremely concentrated, and they're about 70 times stronger than the herbs that you're going to find in your garden. So what's so cool about this is why essential oils can actually cross the blood-brain barrier. And this is how they are therapeutic. And this is why it is so important to get the right brand and the best quality when it comes to essential oils. You definitely do not want to compromise, because sadly, so many other companies have kind of caught on, oh wow, there's such a hype about essential oils, so let's just mass produce. And what they're doing is they're actually putting maybe 2% of pure essential oil in their bottle, and they are adding either a carrier oil or they are just making a synthetic essential oil. So sadly, there is a statistic that there is more essential oil that comes out of France than there is, more lavender essential oil that comes out of France than there is harvested per year. So that tells me that sadly, there are, you know, labs making synthetic smells of lavender. And this is also important to know, because lots of people will say, oh, well, I'm allergic to lavender, or I'm allergic. Lots of times, almost always, they're allergic to the synthetic scented as lavender. So you do need to become your own advocate, and you need to become the gatekeeper in your own homes to kind of be more aware, read more labels, and see what you're bringing into your home. Okay, so how quickly do essential oils work? So in 22 seconds, the molecules reach the brain. In 2 minutes, they'll be found in the bloodstream. In 20 minutes, they will affect every cell in the body. And how is that possible? It's because of their tiny size and our inherent human receptors, which makes it a perfect natural medicine. So there are 3 methods of use. And just so you guys know, we follow different schools of thought when it comes to essential oils. There's a French method, a German method, and an English method. And the English method is basically focused on using the essential oils topically only. They feel they are most comfortable when essential oils are diluted with a carrier oil. And a carrier oil is something like rapeseed oil, coconut oil, MCT oil. All of these, most of these things we find in our kitchen, those are carrier oils. Its job is to dilute the essential oil. So this school of thought is only use these oils topically. There's another school of thought that says do not ever put oils even on your skin, only use them aromatically, meaning you can either put the oil in your palms and smell it or use a diffuser to use these essential oils aromatically. At Young Living, because of our practices and how we do everything to harvest, distill, cultivate, and actually bottle our essential oils, we believe in using these oils all 3 ways: aromatically, topically, and internally. So a quick note on internal use. Not all essential oils are safe and made for internal use. So there's about 47 that are in our Young Living line, because we have over 200 essential oils, some of which are single oils like lemon, and some of which are blended oils like purification, right? There's no plant called purification or even thieves. So it is important, there is a learning curve to kind of understand which are safe for internal use and which are not. And at the moment in South Africa, we are still working to get the license to state that we can say we're using these oils safely for internal use. But over here, in the United States, there is actually a label, and these things are called vitality oils. But so the FDA basically stated, you can say, we do agree that these oils that you're saying are safe for internal use are indeed safe for internal use, but you need to change the label. We cannot have you state on a label 3 methods of use. You can't say that something is safe for internal, topical, and aromatic, which is pretty silly, because we all know that if you can smell a lemon, you can put a lemon on your skin and you can taste a lemon all the same. But that is just a law. And so they actually asked Young Living to create a new label and call it something different to help people identify with which ones are safe for internal use. The important thing to note is a vitality label and a non-vitality label are exactly the same thing. So lemon is lemon. So whatever lemon essential oil from Young Living that is in a vitality label bottle, and whatever is in a non-vitality label bottle, the essential oil is the same stuff inside. So it's just a labeling thing. Okay, why Young Living? There's so many other companies, there's so many other brands. Young Living is the only company that truly goes beyond organic cultivation. So we do native farming practices with over 25 years of experience, and we believe in positive energy. And I like to talk about this because this is one of the ways in which we go beyond organic cultivation, like beyond organic, right? Organic is just a standard of measurement to basically say that, for example, there should be no pesticides on this farm for at least 3 years. It should be 3 years pesticide free. That is what in the United States we have the USDA. That is the certification. In South Africa, it's called EcoCert. And in South Africa, there's their guidelines of what is needed to have a plant organic stamp saying your product is organic. So what Young Living does is they believe in far more than only 3 years of a farm being pesticide free. And they actually go through insane rigorous testing of the soil, the air, any potential pollutants that are even coming through runoff from rains that are falling on, farms that are 3 farms down, but we're actually getting the runoff onto our farm. So the soil is incredibly tested. All things are tested to make very, very sure that everything is going into the purest organic soil before we even choose our seeds to be planted. And the energy point is they very much believe that energy is everything and everything is energy, meaning that they absolutely believe that when you are on the farms and the people that are working in the farms need to be in a positive mood, good energy, because the plants feel that energy. It's a vibration. So not only are you getting what's, you know, in your bottle as an essential oil that's going to work, it actually has a frequency, it has an energy, and it has a vibration. And this is absolutely true. If that sounds like woo-woo to you, they have done tests and studies on this, and they have plant A and plant B. And plant A is getting all, you know, both plants, sorry, are getting equal sunlight, equal nutrition, equal water. And plant A is being spoken to in a positive way. It's being told, you are beautiful, you are growing, you are thriving. Thank you for giving me life. Thank you for producing oxygen. And plant B is being told, you are terrible, you're dying, you're useless, you do nothing for me. And lo and behold, plant A thrives and plant B wilts and dies. So they literally tell their farmers and anyone who is touching and harvesting and working with our crops to come in with a positive energy, to really have a passion for what you are doing, because the plants feel that. Okay, the other thing is harvesting and distillation practices. We very much believe in the correct time, in a slow, low heat, one-time distillation only process. So our oils are incredibly pure. They are 100% pure. There is nothing but essential oil in our bottles. So I can tell you that in the United States, our bottles have no expiration date. A truly pure essential oil will have no expiration. Sadly, in South Africa, there is some law that anything that exists on a shelf needs to have at least a 2-year expiration date on there. But it's the same essential oil that is in South Africa. It's a labeling law that South Africa has. And I can tell you that all the essential oils pretty much in the whole rest of the world that are made by Young Living, they don't expire. They just don't expire. So that is saying something to you. Then we have our Seed to Seal promise, which means that we own our own farms. We are the only single company that owns their own farms. So any other company you can mention to me, they do not own their own farms. Therefore, they have lost control. So they're outsourcing something. Young Living also has an open door policy. I have been fortunate enough to see a farm in Hawaii. I've seen the farm in Utah a couple of times where there's different crops growing. They are incredible. I've seen the warehouse, I've seen the labs, I've spoken to the farmers. The amount of love and attention and caring and detail that goes into this company and what they are producing for us is absolutely unlike anything I've ever seen in my life, truly. So there's no, they have nothing to hide. That's why they're so transparent. There is a farm in South Africa. They're still working to getting it up to our Seed to Seal quality commitment. And they're also just making sure that it's safe, because, you know, that's a concern, of course, in South Africa. So as soon as that's done and as soon as they bring it up, you guys will be able to go and visit this farm. And I cannot wait for you to see that, because you will see firsthand every single thing that I'm talking about. Okay, I've actually left my stove on stupidly. I'm going to go turn it off very quickly and then I'm carrying on. That is just another point on how we do this business, right? We can work from home, we can do things as normal, and life can continue as we do our job. Okay, so Young Living. Young Living's vision is to have a healthy home for each of us and a healthy world for all of us. Their mission is to enhance and empower lives around the world by sharing the unique benefits of nature's living energy essential oils. The purpose is to empower the world with nature's living energy. So that is their vision, mission, and purpose. A huge thing behind this company is purpose over profit. That is how it started. Gary Young, who started this company, his whole thing was, I need to heal myself. He was dealing with some health issues. He spent hours upon hours of extensive research. The man actually was basically told he'll never walk again. And he essentially healed himself with essential oils. This is what he did. So he grew so passionate about it that he wanted to share this with the world. His whole belief is, let us work together, let us be a community, let us heal. So Young Living has now got what is called their 5x5 plan. It's 5 years to have 5 key goals with one powerful pledge. And essentially, they are aiming to empower like 5 times more people through the D. Gary Young Living Foundation. The Young Living Foundation is incredible. They are a nonprofit organization that gives 100% of all profits to the foundation. So anybody who's working in the foundation and within, their payment or is taken care of by Young Living. It is completely separate to any donations that are given to Young Living Foundation. And they do remarkable, incredible, amazing things with this charity, basically. So there's something like in Africa, they have Soul Hope. And what Soul Hope does is there is an area, it's in Uganda, and children and adults alike were getting these things called jiggers in their feet. And they are little pests that go through the cracks of feet. They actually lay eggs and they cause infection, inflammation, swelling. It is terrible. And this is happening because it is such a poor town that people don't have money for shoes, and they're just not, they don't have enough measures of being hygienic to actually look after, wash their feet. Sadly, a lot of the ancestors believed that the town people believed that their ancestors were cursing them if they got this, and they would actually outcast these people, even if it was children. They were kind of shunned and sent aside. So you have adults and children, and especially children, who like almost end up orphaned because their belief is you got cursed. So they had a whole team of people come in and not only educate the whole town on, this is something that happens because we get cracks in our feet. This is how we wash our feet. We're going to provide shoes. That's why it's called Soul for Hope. It's so beautiful. So soul as in the sole of your shoe, but soul because the soul of a person. So this is one of the things that Young Living does in the foundation. There are so many of them. They've helped with the hurricane in Haiti. But back to Soul Hope in Uganda, they come in, they bring a team of doctors, trained people who educate everybody on how to look after and give them the measures to prevent them from getting these jiggers and also cure and heal them. So this is just some of Gary's vision that he had in healing this planet. So that is where so much of our profits go to, is to the Young Living Foundation. And again, they're doing projects all over nonstop, and they're always looking for lots of, where there's a need. And there's sadly lots of needs within this planet, but they are not, they basically do a whole bunch of research with, let's jump in, let's get a team, let's volunteer. And there's so many beautiful people in this company that just jump in and volunteer and do these incredible things. Okay, so they also are aiming to achieve zero waste in 5 years as stewards of the earth. So you will notice we do have with our roll-ons, they come in a container. They are fully sustainable, fully recyclable, and they're actually made from waste that is on the farms. So they're made from like little bits and pieces of shards of whatever it is, the bark and things, and the parts of the plant that aren't used within that, within distilling. So that is what is made on our roller bottle. It's just amazing what they're doing. So we are working towards zero waste in 5 years. We're working towards reaching 5 million additional households in 5 years. That means oils in the hands of others, which means the opportunity for you is incredible. They're aiming to develop at least 5 corporate-owned or partner farms each year. So that is the plan also with the 5x5, and then open a minimum of 5 new markets each year. South Africa was one of them, which was last year, where they opened South Africa in doing that pledge. So we like to ask, are you seeking something that is fun, natural, exciting, it's brand new, it's empowering, it's community-driven, income producing, and it is so fulfilling in your life. I just want to mention that, sometimes people say, oh, well, it's an MLM. That is, hell no, I don't want to be involved in an MLM. Honestly, the reason why Young Living was created and designed to be a multi-level marketing company is as follows. Gary Young had a choice. He said, he knew, I can put my product on the shelves in a store. It can be in Dis-Chem. It could be in Clicks, like other oils that are there. However, I worry because our stuff is so pure and so potent and so powerful. A mom like me, who has a child who is suffering with temperatures and fevers and not doing well, would walk in that store, ask what might be helpful, maybe get someone who knows a little bit about the essential oils who could help, but that person's not available to that mom at 9 p.m. when their child is having said fever and temperature and not doing well, and they don't know how to dilute that oil appropriately for that 16-month-old, to know that we need to put that in a roller bottle with carrier oil. So he really thought about, this is not the right platform. How about if I find a platform that's going to work for this company where a person is going to get another person who can help them and can guide them? So that is why he chose very deliberately to have Young Living be set up as a multi-level marketing company. Not at all because, oh, we all want to get greedy and hungry and profit is amazing. And no, the intention behind it was he would rather pay another mom or another person that's looking for side work or side business who is actually caring for another human. For him, that resonated with him. And he also knew that the person who needed that help, needed that hand-holding, was actually going to get what they needed out of that as well. So it worked very synergistically, and that is why he grew this as a multi-level marketing company. Another thing to mention is a lot of people think, oh, well, that's a pyramid scheme. No, it's not, okay? So pyramids are very different. Most companies are run like a pyramid. And an example I like to give, which is totally random, let's just say Woolworths, okay? Woolworths is almost a pyramid. Woolworths, you have, let's call him Mr. Woolworths, who had this idea to develop and grow a Woolworths. And so what he did is he came up with this idea, had a mission, started the company, and then basically hired, managerial staff, then hired supervisors, then he hired the people that work on the floor to help to direct people to where they need to go and find the things. Then he hired the cashiers and the people who work at the tills and the registers, right? And the interesting and most amazing thing is that is following a pyramid. What that means is Mr. Woolworths is the CEO or CFO of this company. He is doing the best in terms of financially. He is growing. Anytime a new Woolworths pops up or opens or whatever, he's making more money. He's rising to the top. And the supervisors are staying in the supervisors and the managerial staff are staying there. And the person who works at the till will never, ever, ever, ever have an opportunity to earn what Mr. Woolworths is earning. Multi-level marketing is not a pyramid, okay? So what that means is, here I am, Jade, okay, and I am working with this team, Hello Essentials in South Africa, and I enroll Sarah, and Sarah says, I want to do this, I want to run with this. Sarah's business is her own. If Sarah hustles and runs and does all the things she's doing, she can outrank me, Jade. So that breaks this mold of, oh, it's a pyramid, and therefore when Jade is earning, as long as everyone's doing all the things, Jade's earning the most. It does not work that way. We run our own businesses, but we link arms and we work together. So multi-level marketing is very different to this perception of what a pyramid is. And a pyramid scheme, by the way, is illegal. They die after 7 years. Anyway, nothing ever survives more than 7 years. We are 25 years going strong. And a pyramid as well is only an exchange of money. There's no product. So I just like to mention that because a lot of people have this misconception of, oh, is this another pyramid scheme? The other thing is we do things so differently in Young Living. I know many people have seen other MLMs and they get a bad taste in their mouth because somehow they got caught up because they wanted to maybe support a friend who was going on and on and on about why they need this toothpaste that whitens their teeth every day, all night, and they need to have 7 of them, and buy 3, get 5 free, and blah, 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 and they get like hounded on these sales and all these things. We do things extremely differently. We focus on the health of the person that we are trying to help. That is our focus. So you will see our 7 essential values are focus on the member first. The second one is embrace Young Living's product and lifestyle. It means enjoy the products for yourself. When you are placing your orders per month, you are getting to use these products and enjoy them for yourself and get to learn about them. So this way, I know that when I use peppermint essential oil, this is how I used it. I share from the heart because it worked, because it was a success story for my family. I'm not sharing this to try and sell 30 bottles of peppermint oil. I am sharing about that to empower other people to know how to help their own child to get better as well and get the same success that I had. We have a positive attitude. We are very much about positivity. We also exhibit personal integrity. I'm a huge advocate of growing our businesses with the utmost of integrity. We don't steal from other teams. We don't enroll 50 people because we offered the best special. We don't do those things. We build with integrity. and we exhibit personal integrity. This is what's going to create a beautiful foundation and help you to grow. We welcome change. Look at what's happening in our world. We pivot, okay? Young Living is one of the only companies right now that is thriving. This company has grown by 300% in the last month in South Africa because the products that we offer span the most insane range. What you'll notice is, sadly, your friend's MLM that's just selling toothpaste, let's just say, I'm totally being hypothetical and I'm not trying to point any fingers, but toothpaste, okay, yeah, we all brush our teeth, but is that toothpaste safe for infants? Is it safe for elderly? How much toothpaste can a person consume? So these are the things where we are really lucky that our products are safe when we use them safely for infants, all the way up until an elderly person who might even be on their deathbed and actually just want some peace and calming to leave this planet. But truly, we have products that are absolutely non-discriminating of anything. So it's for men, it's for women, it's for babies, it's for children, it's for teenagers, we have products to cover everything and everyone, and our mission and our goal is health. So we are extremely sustaining when it comes to a business choice. So we also exercise good judgment, of course, and we communicate effectively. I realize I'm at like the half an hour point, and I'm so sorry. There's so much to share. Please bear with me and hang out, because there's just a lot about this business and why it is so special and unique that I want you guys to know. So sharing is caring. We like to say, earn while you learn. Many of us stumbled into this business side by accident. In fact, we like to say that we are a team of unlikely suspects. So we all started using Young Living oils, and then we fell in love with Young Living's safe, natural options for our families, and we couldn't help but tell others about our experiences. This is exactly true for me. Now, some people come into it and they're like, oh my gosh, wow, your compensation plan is so generous. I'm going to jump in because I do need money, and that is great, and that is fun, and there's no problem with that. So we all have our journey with how and why we get started. What I love to know is that in my growing, in my earning, I am empowering other people, be it a single mom, be it a I don't know, a well-off family, but maybe someone who actually just wants to help others. I get to empower and help somebody else to earn an income, because we all need money to survive and live on this planet that we live on. And it's okay to be earning an income. It's okay to be making money in doing what you're doing. Do you know why you're paid? You're paid because Gary Young decided, I'm not going to put my stuff on in the store and put it on the shelves, and therefore I don't have to pay marketing, because you are doing all the work. You are caring for another person. I would much rather you get paid. How beautiful is that? So I have no shame in the feeling of I earn money when a friend of mine purchases a starter kit. Yes, because I'm going to help that friend to know how to use it. I'm going to help that friend to fall in love with her products, to see how she can be using this for herself and her family. So our team offers extensive resources to help you get started. In fact, we don't love salespeople. So if you are a salesperson, that's great, and you can use some of that experience, but we actually go very against the typical, today we have a special, let's buy 2 of these and you'll get this free. I mean, yes, we have promotions and we offer those, and they're awesome and exciting and incentivizing, but we focus much more on purpose over profit. And you will see that Young Living is extremely different in that sense. So most of us don't have huge networks or backgrounds in health and wellness either. That is okay, you guys. We really just simply thrive on educating our families and friends by planting seeds about our own success stories. And truly, it just happens organically. Okay, so a big concern for people is, I'm not a salesperson. And we like to say, that's good, that's even better. We don't want you to be a salesperson. So all of us have built our businesses not by being rock star salespeople, but simply by sharing the products we love in order to help those around us. So we use social media and word of mouth to connect with other people, and we tell our personal success stories using Young Living products. Then we wait for people to come to us rather than us hounding them to buy oils, buy. So we have a blast teaching in-person classes, which we were obviously doing a hell of a lot more prior to COVID. And now we do so many online workshops as a team. And If you're nervous to share because you're worried how people might respond to you, then honestly, just think of who you could help by telling your story, right? You know that if you use lavender and your child actually slept a full night's sleep, or they calmed down because you might be suffering with a child with ADD, or you might have an elderly person you know that has psoriasis and has been suffering for years with this, and you've actually made them an ointment that works, that's natural, why wouldn't you share that? Why wouldn't you? So that is how we do things. We see it like, you went to an amazing restaurant, you ate a steak that was so good, the staff was amazing, you had a great experience. Wouldn't you call your best friend and tell them how incredible of an experience you had? And then not only should they get the steak, but that the side of whatever mashed potatoes with garlic, whatever, was incredible. You will tell them the detail of what you ordered and why they should go there. And why? Because you also don't want that restaurant to close. So you want more people to be going, right? So it's as simple as that. We take that principle of sharing, and this is how we share about Young Living. So we have seen incredible testimonies of health through Young Living, and so encourage you to be honest and open and seriously be vulnerable in your connection to other people. So our business is a life by your design. You get to work from anywhere. And I know that that concept is a little challenging right now when it's lockdown and this hour and you can only work out at this time and your gym as usual, cafe's not open and you could have sat there. I know that's challenging, but how incredible that there is this business opportunity for you, that while you are home, while you might be homeschooling your kids, while you might be studying, while you might be, you know, your other business laid you off, you don't have that job anymore, you just got retrenched, you have an opportunity to be doing something from home in whatever pockets of time you can devote to it. So we do like to tell people that if you want to walk with this business, we will walk with you. If you want to run with this business, we will run with you. And all of us are at a different place, a different space. Some of us have 5 children that are home, that we are homeschooling. Some of us have no children and no spouse. Some of us are, you know, a single man doing XYZ. We all have our story. And the amazing thing is there is space for you, and this business will accommodate you. So the initial commitment looks very different for everyone. We can tell you for certain that your day is going to look much different and a whole lot better to a typical 9-to-5 work day in some, you know, stuffy office space with horrid lighting. And one of the best things about this business is the freedom that it offers. Truly, you are aiming and achieving for financial freedom. What we do and the way that network marketing works is you are achieving residual income. This means that you are earning income when you sleep, because when you are enrolling people and loving on them, and that's all you need to do is seriously just enroll other people who might be interested and want these products, then you teach them to love them. I promise you they're going to naturally want to share with someone that they know. This is how it works. It's a snowball effect. And then you are achieving residual income. No other business that you do is going to give you that, by the way. So I can tell you that I wake up every day. I have my work cut out for me, but it doesn't feel like work. I love what I do. I get to help people. I get to share. I get to do Zoom calls like this. This is my work. And while I'm talking to you right now, someone out there is doing something with the business and I'm getting a notification. This person did XYZ, and therefore we all get lifted up. We work as a team. So they earned a commission and I earn a commission off of their efforts too, because I help them. Does that make sense? I hope so. So you can work from quite literally anywhere. It's customizable to your capacity. We found that if you're willing to put in the time, you really will go far. Some books that I like to recommend for people is the 4-Hour Work Week. It's so great. And the other one is Go Pro by Eric Worre, which just helps people to understand the principles of network marketing and why and how it is so much better than any other business model that you could be in right now. So other network companies may require you to invest in a business-specific kit or a buy-in that can be in the upwards of thousands of rands. Okay, when you enroll in Young Living, all you need is to invest in 2,268 Rand for a premium starter kit, which includes 10 of the best oils and a diffuser. We really recommend that this is the best way to get started. Why? Because you are given 10 of these most incredible versatile oils as well as a diffuser. You will need that, and you will then learn to use each one of those oils. The more stuff you have, the more you will use, and the more you will then want to share and talk about, because you will try it, because you will have to, because you have it, which is awesome. So all you need is your member number when referring other people, and you can get an embedded link to share with other people by going to a website called yl.pe. Okay, so all you need to do is, as soon as you get your starter kit, you would just put in your member number into yl.pe. It's going to generate your personalized link. So when you refer someone else, you say, hey, use this link when you're purchasing your starter kit, because it's going to embed your member number, and that's an automatic 575 Rand for you. So each month, business people are required to place an order of just 100 PV. PV equals product value. Every single product that Young Living has a value. And so we work, when we talk about the business, we talk about PV because it is universal. We are a global company, so we all understand it's almost like it's its own currency. So each product has a PV amount, and most things for you guys, there's a peg rate, and we'll get into this. I will do a more advanced class on the business, but essentially your commitment is about 1,400 Rand per month on Essential Rewards, because that's our loyalty program. So you're going to get perks with that, with cheaper shipping, 20% off your shipping. And you will then also have access to a full commission paycheck. And the best way to think about it is, when you're first getting started, to cover the cost of your starter kit, you need to share and have 4 other people enroll using your member number. You will cover the cost of your starter kit, because you're going to make 575 Rand per person that you enroll. You can also think of it as covering your monthly cost of 100 PV by introducing 2 to 3 new people per month. So this is a nice way for you to think about, oh, I just want to get my product covered in the beginning. So we say, let's do this. It's only 1,400 Rand per month to run a business. That's really incredible. So the awesome thing about Young Living is that amount never actually goes up. So as you go through the ranks, your minimum stays at that amount. It's 1,400 Rand every single month, whether you are, and we'll go through the ranks in a little bit, whether you are a star, whether you are a diamond, that is all that is required. It doesn't change. And it is very important that it is set to 100 PV. It's because you're going to get enough product that you're going to be forced to try something that's new for you. Also, you are committing to being a business leg for the person above you, which means that they would also, if they are enrolling people, they could then strategically place them under you, because this is how we work. We link arms and we do things together. So if you're looking for ways to reach the monthly PV requirement, you can try some of our favorite oils outside of the kit. Seriously, it's about becoming a product of the product. You would start replacing your everyday items like toothpaste, soap, household cleaner with Young Living's chemical-free and oil-infused alternatives. You'll easily meet your 100 PV ordering requirement each month, and you'll save yourself a trip to the shop, which, by the way, people don't think about this, but when we go to the stores like Dis-Chem, Clicks, Pick n Pay, Woolworths, I don't know if you're aware of this, but they are strategically planning to put other things that are catching your eye that you might not have purchased if you weren't actually there. So the nice thing is, this actually keeps you focused on, I know that I need soap, toothpaste, laundry detergent. That's all you buy. All good to go, and there's no little extras that are actually costing you more. So the perks of Hello Essentials, our team, like I mentioned, Hello Essentials, we have free oil education and business training Facebook groups. We have free WhatsApp support groups where we share recipes, testimonials, and oily tips. We have free weekly team Zoom meetings every single Monday. We do a Zoom call at 8 p.m. where we discuss mentorship, inspiration, and education from your leaders. We have free team graphics and workshop templates. So again, if you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know the first thing, I don't know where I would start, we're here to help you. You do not need to reinvent the wheel. Luckily, Stacey, who's one of the people who started Hello Essentials, is an amazing, incredible graphic designer. Like, she created this the Hello Lookbook. We're working on another one, and we're working on one for South Africa. And my husband is also a graphic designer. So you guys get access to these things. They will be free for you. And you have workshop templates. There's free ongoing support, and there's invitations to online events. So marketing tools, we also offer for you guys to have your own print materials for your brand. So we do offer a business card. We will design it for you for free, and then we just encourage you to print it on good quality paper. We can also assist with, giving you brochures, event flyers, doing, helping you with your own website and more. Okay, so the biggest question, how much can I make? Here is a rough idea. Young Living works with ranks. And so when we start, any person who gets a wholesale membership or they purchase a starter kit is a distributor. So all of us are distributors, whether we want to do the business or not, which for me is pretty amazing. So it means there's nothing else you need to buy or do. You can just start doing the business, okay? That's it. So our ranks are as follows. We have star, senior star, executive, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, crown diamond, and royal crown diamond. So Stacey, who started Hello Essentials, and she's been doing this business for about 6 years now. She's a royal crown diamond. And I can tell you, I know she wouldn't mind me to share this because I think it is important for people to know it is achievable. She earns, on average, $100,000 per month. So that is real. It's legit. I've seen her paycheck. And that is possible for everyone. So it doesn't mean because she's earning that now someone else can't earn that. No, everybody runs their own business. So in South Africa, these are some averages for you, that a star person, like someone who's at the rank of star, their average monthly income is about 863 Rand, and the average hours worked here are 8 hours. And so we go on, so just to look at diamond, the average income per month is 406,000 Rand. Okay, and these averages are actually, we find, a little low. So a lot of the people doing this business will actually tell you, oh, I'm an executive and I'm actually earning a little more than what this is saying. Remember, it's an average, and so there has to be a formula to calculate an average. So those are just ideas for you, but they're absolutely true and very much attainable to all of you. So Young Living's compensation plan is one of the most competitive in the industry, and our team has countless leaders who fully understand its potential. There is so much opportunity to earn, whether you're looking to get your oils paid for each month or just retire from a professional career. I know lots of people who do this business. Like there's even one who, she's an attorney. She loves her job. She doesn't want to give up her job. She does this business as a side business for herself, as her retirement fund, because most retirement packages are not that generous. So that is where all her money is going into, and she just saves that. And she's like, I know I can probably retire earlier, which is pretty freaking awesome. So you get to, use that money as you need to. You would receive wholesale pricing on all products. Okay, so you get 24% off retail. You earn up to 575 Rand for each premium starter kit sold. You earn up to 25% commission on your organization. That is for the people that you enroll for the first 3 months. We call that fast start. And I don't like to overwhelm because it does get a little bit, basically it's super generous, I can assure you. So it's a very, very generous compensation plan, but I will go into detail in another class at another time on all the earnings. And then you can earn bonuses as well when you and your team achieve ranks, and you do get all expense paid incentive trips around the world. And Young Living is so special that we get to go see the farms. I've gotten an all expense paid trip to Hawaii and seen the Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood Farm, which was amazing. Listen to the people on the farm explain how they distill, all the incredible things about that oil. And we were given a free oil. I mean, it was amazing. So really, what I love about this company is, we don't get things like cars and all those kind of strange incentives that are not strange, but you get enough money to be able to afford whatever car it is that you want. And you get to go to see the farms, because the people behind this are all about the earth and this planet and helping others. And so that is why for us, for Young Living, we get to go and see these farms and put our hands in the soil and be part of this process. And then, of course, there's lots of spoily spoils where we get beautiful meals. Everything's so delicious and organic and amazing. I hope all of you get to go to a farm and have one of these experiences. Okay, so some of the terms to learn. PV is personal volume or product value. So PV for our products is product value, but when we're looking at the business side, it's personal volume. So that's what you personally buy. For most products, 1 PV equals 11 Rand and 50 cents, okay? OGV is your overall group volume. So that's the entire sales volume of an organization. It's the sum of all the PV that all of your people or distributors, customers within your particular organization. Essential Rewards is Young Living's monthly wellness subscription box service. So it's the loyalty program. We say anyone wanting to do the business, you'd be silly to not be on Essential Rewards. You could be placing any order, which is called a quick order of 100 PV, but you'd be silly because you'd lose out on a free oil, you would lose out on store credit points, and you would lose out on cheaper shipping. So and also, by the way, loyalty gifts. Yeah, on months 3, 6, 9, and 12, you actually get given loyalty gifts as well. And then a leg is considered a person who is going to do the business with you by saying, I want to do this business, and they're committed to 100 PV, and they also go on ER. Here's our compensation plan. We have an incredible thing now as well called our Silverbound bonus. So for those of you who are like, oh my gosh, I love this, I want to do this, I'm ready to run with this, everybody is eligible for the Silverbound bonus. And this is basically showing you that there is strategy behind building your business. We pride ourselves in Hello Essentials teaching this strategy, teaching you how to get through those ranks quickly by not just enrolling people and letting them be where they are. We call it strategic placement. So we will teach you how, when you get started, you're going to have all your people that you enroll. The second you have someone who says, hey, I want to do this business, you are then going to start strategically placing other people under that business person, which helps them, which then helps you. So we all work together, which is so beautiful and really special. And Hello Essentials is one of the first teams to actually figure out the strategy to open up more commissions sooner to you. We're very much of the belief of you give up a little bit upfront to gain a whole lot down the line. So our goal is to get you to silver as quickly as possible. That's when you really see the real money. And I'll say that most people, when they hit the rank of silver, can give up on any other job that they might have been doing up until now. So a silver paycheck is pretty much sustaining for most people to live month by month. And then, of course, there's obviously opportunities to get through all of these ranks and open up more commissions. But the cool thing is that if you structure your organization a certain way, which we're going to teach you, you are going to be eligible for these additional bonuses, which is called the Silverbound bonus, because you're striving to get to silver, and we want to make sure that you're getting there the quickest, fastest way possible. So I'm not going to get too into this whole compensation plan with you, but here it is. We will share these slides. And of course, for those of you that are actually wanting to jump in and do this business, we'll go through a much more in-depth training so that you can strategically place your people. I just want to show you quickly about the opportunity that is in South Africa right now. South Africa is a fairly new market. It has not even been open for a year yet. It opened only in October last year. So this is to show you in September 2018, the market was closed. I love South Africa, of course. I have my mom there, my sister there, my dad there, etc. And I visit on average once a year. Last year I was there 3 times in the year because of this business, which was beautiful. I got this opportunity to see family and friends and do this business. So that was really nice. And before the market opened, I actually would come to South Africa. I would package oils and all the diffusers, all the things in suitcases, and I would teach and educate people about them. And I would enroll them and give them their things there and then, and their stuff would be sent to me in the United States, and I would use human mules and I wouldn't use them. I would ask them very nicely and offer them some sort of incentive to please take oils to my people. So just to show you, in September 2018, this was a closed market. South Africa, in the team of Hello Essentials, had a total OGV of 472. We had 30 total members. There was 1 new member and only 1 star. Okay, so closed market. Take a look at September 2019. So this is just before the market opened. You can see how our OGV jumped. So this is from doing, launch parties and all the rest of it within our team. Our OGV then went to 48,000. We had 849 members. 116 were new within this month of September. We had 2 silvers. This is before the market opened. So just to show you the business opportunity here, we have 5 executives, 15 senior stars, and 48 stars. If you take a look, this was June, so this is last month. I just want to show you The OGV has now jumped to 177. And by the way, my personal OGV for this month is over 300,000. It's insane, just this month. So just last month to this month, the OGV has doubled. It's doubled. We then have 3 golds. We have a lot more because I have 2 more golds now in this team. 5 silvers, and again, we have a lot more. 25 executives, 64 senior stars, and 200 stars. So I hope you can see that there is legit, those numbers are all accurate. They're all printed off reports, and there is major growth within our team. So there is room at this table for you. I don't want anyone to ever feel like, oh, well, there's so many people doing it. Oh, well, I'm not going to even try. No. When you understand network marketing and you understand how this works, we all know enough people who know enough people who know enough people. You need to shift your thinking to be abundant mindset thinking. And everybody has this opportunity to grow. In fact, most of my people in my downline, and I have lots of friends and family in South Africa, most of the people are people that I've only learned to know and have become my oily family and friends through this business. So a very small percentage of my people are actually my own network of people that I know. Seriously, this business is about duplicating leadership, and this is something we will teach you, so we all work together to help you to grow. Also, yeah, in our one of our resources is you can actually purchase a website for yourself, which is pre-built. It's made for you. I don't know in rands at the moment. Someone can actually type it out there. It's $30 a year, and it will be there for you, that if someone is interested, you can share your web page. And then the other cool thing is it will do a little oil drop of where you are located. So if somebody wants to purchase oils, then and they visit our Hello Essentials website, and they can look up on a map and see where is someone in Port Elizabeth, and they can go and find a little droplet on the map. This is actually a very outdated picture because there's a whole lot more of you guys all over the place here, but they can actually find someone, which would be you doing the business in Port Elizabeth, and reach out to you and tell you that they'd like to get oils. So how do you get started? All that is needed is to purchase a premium starter kit. This is the best way to get started. Again, it's 2,268 Rand. The value is over 4,000 Rand, and you get an ultrasonic dew drop diffuser. That's really beautiful. It runs for up to, I think it's 10 to 12 hours. It has an intermittent setting. There's about 10 different LED light settings, so you can go through all the lights if you want to. And it's a really simple yet very effective diffuser. It will replace a humidifier. It's ionic. I mean, it has all the things you want it to have and does all the things that you want it to do, basically. And it also comes with the most versatile and popular essential oils. So you're going to get lavender, lemon, peppermint, frankincense, orange, eucalyptus, radiata, citronella, thieves, valor, and purification. So here's some of our team. I love seeing these faces. These are all our peeps. Everyone is so, I mean, this is a fraction of the amount of people that we have on our team that we love. And we really just want to stress to you that we are a community and we work together to grow one another. So again, it is a referral-based business. And if you're actually watching this for the first time and you're not even enrolled within Young Living, please make sure to refer back to the person who invited you. It is a referral-based business. That's important because that person is doing the business and they want to help you and they want to support you. If you just somehow came across this post on Instagram or Facebook and you have no one and nowhere to go to, please reach out to me, Jade, and I will help you, and I will link you up with someone who is going to help you that is local. So I will put my name and my information on the chat that's going on that I see is blowing up. We're at like almost 100 chats here. So we do have Facebook groups. It's a private online community of our oily friends and resources. We have Hello Essentials South Africa, and we have a huge global group, Hello Essentials, which has over 35,000 people. They're active, so you can look things up in there like psoriasis for my auntie, seizures for my grandfather, whatever it is. We have recipes, we have suggestions, we have people ready to help you and support you. We have a WhatsApp group that's pretty active. You get oily tips, recipes, resources. We answer questions. So we have a beautiful community of oilers. Our Instagram account, of course, is at hello.essentials.south.africa. follow us for tips and all the things. We also put our events on there. And after tonight's class, again, a quick reminder, please put your name, your email address, and if you are a member or not in the chat, so I can enter you to win a fun raffle, and we will let you know who wins that raffle. I usually do an email. I always do an email, not usually. I always do a follow-up email. So put your email address in there. It's important because you will get access to this recording. If you're like, oh, I really wanted to hear what she said, but my kids started screaming, crying in minutes, 15 through 25. So you can come back to this recording and you can watch it when you do have some peace and quiet. And we will announce the raffle winner. I don't believe in spamming people. I don't believe in hounding people. I know that if you are interested, if you want this, you will find me, or you will go back and find the person who invited you here tonight. And so I trust that you will do that. That is how and why we do things so differently. But I do like to ask for your email address so that I can give you just this recording and some other nice, good information that you can use for yourself. And the next class information, actually, we are done with the series for now, but I already have in the bag some new and exciting things that we're going to be doing within our team. So please, don't leave us. And please know that we will definitely always be doing classes and continue to be doing all the things. So at this point, a reminder, I'm going to write in the chat over here my own name, Jade Elmaleh, my email address for any of you who want to reach out to me personally. And I will also give you my cell phone number if you wish to WhatsApp me with any questions or concerns. There you go. So for those of you who need to jump off, thank you so much. I'm so sorry. Again, I have lied to you all and said this would be a 30-minute class. There's a lot of information here, as you could see. So it was an hour. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening. I really don't mind to actually hang out for 5 minutes more and answer any questions that you guys might have. Remember in the chat to put your name, email address, and if you are a member or not. So that I just have a good sense and I know where you guys are at. And again, you will just get one email, that's it, don't worry. And you are welcome to send me that message privately if for whatever reason you don't want your email address hanging out there for everyone to see. So just make sure if you do want to get a follow-up to all of this that you have actually put in the chat your name, whether you are a member or not, and your email address, please. Okay. So that is that for tonight. If anybody would like to go off the mute button and ask me any questions, please do. If you are shy and you don't want to ask on this platform, I'm absolutely available to you at any time to answer questions. That's one nice fun perk I think my team feels, is that when you guys want to write at 2 a.m. in the morning, I'm there to help and understand and answer you because of our time difference. But we do have so much local support as well. And then you also have a ton of support coming to you from the United States. There's some other perks to that as well, which is quite fun. So yeah, please reach out again if you have any questions. I think you all saw my information over there, jadeelmaleh@gmail.com, and or just send me a WhatsApp at any time, which is, +1 619 917 7777. And again, refer back to the person who has mentioned or taught to, spoken to you about Young Living. They're awesome and they're going to take care of you. That is so important. So even if you are, you've been following someone else on another team, go back to them. I promise that they're going to have resources for you too. If you don't have someone and you're interested in doing this business, you see how much love and support and all of that, we would love to help you. Okay, so I have a question on the chat. That's awesome. So it's a business question. Currently your second month, you joined on the 29th of May. Do you have 2 days to hit star? Do you need 500 PV or do you need 2 people under you as well? Great question. That's, Lucille, it is a silver bound question. I feel like there are so many new people here that I'm so nervous to overwhelm anyone. But I do love your question. And my answer to you is that you do need 500 OGV, not necessarily PV, to hit star. So it's 500 OGV. That means whatever your amount is plus anybody else's, because it's organizational group volume. That is how you would hit star. And then to be able to get the star bonus, I actually need to look at what the requirements are, because that would be a set amount for that. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to double check what the silver bound bonus is just to, sorry, make sure that you have the structure correct for the silver bound bonus. So I will help you with that privately, Lucille, because I don't want to give incorrect information. So I hope that's okay. Any other questions about the business side or getting started, or, you know, where do you start, or how do you start, or whatever your questions are? Anyone? I think you have permission to unmute yourselves, right? Yep, you can unmute yourself if you want. So if anyone has a question and you want to unmute yourself, please feel free. Otherwise, thank you. There we go. So it's 575 Rand is the star silver bound bonus. But Shelly or anyone else, if you want to jump in and help, I need like that image. There we go. Thank you. Yay. See, this is why I love this team. This is a perfect example to all of you. When someone is like, what? Like I just was, because I don't have it in front of me. We have other leaders who jump in and they help you out, and they're like, here you go. And this is honestly how this business starts for all of you. If you have someone who's new, you just got your kit 2 weeks ago and they're asking you, what is good to use for headaches? You're like, girlfriend, I have no idea. I just know lavender oil because that's what I've been using for the last 2 weeks and I'm still learning. We have the people that are going to help you to help them. Same thing if they're asking you questions about the business. We all started somewhere, okay? So here is the answer. For star ranking, you only need 500 OGV. To get the silver bound bonus, you need to then have 2 legs that each have 200 OGV. And then again, your total 500 OGV for the star bonus. So again, 2 legs would mean 2 different people, each placing 100 PV orders. And so each of them are at 200 OGV. And then your overall, including your own, is 500 OGV to grab that extra 575 Rand. And that is just a bonus. That has nothing to do with the additional bonuses that you're going to get from people that you are enrolling. I hope that makes sense. So again, if you're brand new and maybe this is the first class you've ever listened to, don't worry. We all don't know, you know, we all start somewhere. So please don't stress if you're like, I don't know what this girl's on about. We will all get you to understand what I'm on about, I promise. Renee, please ask your question, of course.
I just want to ask, so I've only been doing this for about a month, so I've got quite a few people who are wanting to buy, but I don't necessarily think that they'd be a strong leg for me. They're just people that really just want to buy, so I just sign them up, but they don't have to be my legs, right? Or how does that work?
So
that makes sense.
It does make sense, and this is where strategy comes into place. So Young Living allows us to have what we call a free move of someone. So somebody enrolls and we don't know if this person is going to do the business or not. So we have 30 days to see how they are, to see what interest they might have in doing the business. And we don't put pressure on them. We can just kind of gauge it based on how much they're loving their stuff. Or something I like to tell someone is, oh, you know, I know you just invested in yourself and your health and your wellness, and I know that this might have been an expensive purchase for you. This is what was told to me, because this was an investment for me to get the starter kit. And Stacy said to me, hey, you know that if you have 4 friends that might want to also get the starter kit and also get the benefits that you're getting, you could enroll them, you could be the enroller, and that's going to cover the cost of your starter kit. So she just told me that. I knew that at the back of my head. She just shared that link with me. So if you are a leader, you should tell your people what their personal link is to share with other people so that they have that in their back pocket always. And right away, as I had my kit, I knew of 2 friends right away. So they got started. And then we have 30 days to be able to move those people and place them strategically. So Renee, to answer your question, Young Living now also allows us to enroll a spouse or to enroll whoever, a family member. I recommend that if you don't have someone and you are actually growing and enrolling people and doing these orders, and you don't have someone who's saying, hey, I want to do the business with you, then one, definitely think about reaching out to those people to see what their interest might be. if someone is interested and they're like, oh, kind of sounds interesting, yes, and you're like, cool, we'll run with this together, will you commit, to the 100 PV? If they are willing to commit, great. Put those other people who might just be customers underneath them. And we do this, it's called a sponsor change, and we send an email to resolutions@youngliving.com, which your enroller will help you with all of that information. And we have all of that information in our group, Diamonds in the Rough. That is our business group for our business leaders. So all of that is there. All the resources are there. So now, if you're like, oh, well, I asked those people, I don't know, they're not sure, and we don't know where we're at, then my second suggestion is definitely consider enrolling a spouse. If you are someone who has a spouse and children, you want to try and grow a downline for you to hand over to your child one day. How incredible. You can actually put it in your will and your trust to gift your children a downline so they can get that actually when they turn 16. So you cannot put it in your child's name, by the way, unless they are 16. Otherwise, I would go to a grandmother, an aunt, some family member that doesn't mind. Maybe they do want to do the business, but if they don't, it's an account that you can control. So I've enrolled my husband and spouse, and he is my leg one. He's at the top, and I put all these people under him, and I actually control that account. So it's me that puts in, whatever, we do share our money, but so we're, putting in that 100 a month, and we're actually getting a joint income. So there's my organization and how much I'm making as in Jade, and then there's Oran, who's my leg one, with all the people that I did put under him until I had a leg two to put people under them. So my recommendation is, as you're getting started, look for perhaps a family member, even if it's a grandmother who's not going to actively do this business, but doesn't mind you using, their name. That's an account that you can manage. So you will want to put in that 100 so that you can rank. I hope that makes sense. Okay.
I've got another question. Sorry. So I've got a cousin and a few friends who live overseas that seem interested. I just don't know logistically how I would do that. Since I'm still new in it, the person that sponsored me has only been doing it for like 6 months. So I want to make sure that they've got someone that could hold their hand. And obviously you guys have got a lot more than we have available here. How would that work logistically, or won't it really make a difference?
So this is why I love this business. And the truth is, so many South Africans can probably name 10 people that have immigrated or don't live in South Africa. And what's so great about Young Living is it is global. So we have open markets throughout the world, and we're actually working towards right now opening, it's not happening anytime soon, so don't mark my words, but Namibia, Kenya, all of these African countries are going to slowly open as well. But UK open. Lots in Europe are open. So I have someone in Switzerland, she gets oils every month. I have someone in Italy, she gets oils every month. I have Australia and New Zealand. So the beauty of this is, if someone wants to do the business and they're in another country, they will be in our other group that we have, which I encourage everyone else who's doing the business too. It's called The Distillery, and we will link them up with people in that same country as well. So if you have a friend, Sheila, that's such a terrible stereotype, whatever, who's in New Zealand or Australia, and I didn't mean it to be that way. I was like, Sheila's actually my grandmother's name, so no offense to any Sheilas living in Australia. You guys will learn that I can be very tactless. I try to be funny, and so I just have to watch my words sometimes. No offense to anyone. Anyhow, if you have your Sheila in Australia and Sheila actually wants to do the business and you're like, I don't know how to really help you, my friend, you will learn with them what is available to them. And the cool thing is, you can actually go on there is a world icon within Young Living, and there's a drop down to show you all of the countries that are actually open. It shows the customer service number. And then, of course, we have within our team, Hello Essentials, a group called The Distillery. This is everyone and anyone doing the business all over the world. So we link arms with each other and we can support and help. The other question that I get is, oh, well, can Sheila enroll under me because I'm in South Africa? Yes, of course. Sheila is going to use your member number as enroller and sponsor, and you will get your commission for enrolling Sheila. Okay? The other cool thing is that Young Living does, because we are global, we can do some fun things too, like maybe a person is going to England for a 6-month period. You can actually change your account to be in England, or maybe I have an American who's living in South Africa, Christina, and her account is actually based in the US. So she is earning dollars because she's American, but she lives in South Africa. So she's getting her product through the South African market. I hope that makes sense. So there is overlap there, but it basically is, it's all feasible, doable, and we do our best to give the support that we can.
Jade, can I?
Yeah,
sorry, can I ask a question?
Yes.
You were explaining about you use your member number and then you can create an automatic link that people can follow to sign up using your member number. Can you just explain that again for us,
Sure.
please?
So what you want to do is take your member number and you want to visit the website that is YL, which stands for Young Living, .pe. I don't know what the PE means, but just think Port Elizabeth. So it's YL.pe, and you take your member number and you put it in. It says what would be the enroller number, what would be the sponsor. Put yours for both, and you can actually have it, like you can make a link with your name in there. It asks you, what do you want the backslash to be? So you can make it, I'm looking at some names, Sharona D, okay? That's how you can make it. So it can actually be like your name and first letter of your surname, or it can be your, whatever you want it to be. It can be Horses Love Hay if you want the backslash to be that, okay? So you get to create that name of what you wanted to show on that link, and then it actually asks for your email address, so you put that in and it will send you that pre-filled Young Living link that you will then share and send to your people, which will say, whatever it is, like yl.pe/Jade Almaleh. They click on that and it's got my member number embedded, so they don't even have to worry about that piece of it. You just want to make sure, because I have heard that it is a US link, it works, but you just want to make sure that that person is choosing South Africa as their country. So just drop down on the country option. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. And then I do see that someone asked this other question. Shelly has posted the YL.pe link in there. So there's that for you guys. Thank you, Sanette. See you guys. Brilliant team. Everyone helps. Everyone jumps in. So just check in the chats. The other thing is someone asked, because I did explain about enroll a spouse, enroll some business, like a person that you could control that account if you wanted to with strategy. Someone else asked, well, then will I have to place the 100 PV order every month? So does that mean I'm placing 100 for me and 100 for them? You don't need to do that. You can actually just grow that person. In most situations, when that leg is about to hit executive, is when the amount you're putting in under that person. So I'll give you a perfect example. There's me, Jade, and I have my husband, Oran. I could actually put all these people under Oran, and I don't need to put the 100 PV in yet for him, like the 100, the amount that needs to be put in as a business person. And I wait until this leg is big enough and strong enough and is actually going to generate enough income to cover my cost of that 100 PV for him. I hope that makes sense. But if I, Jade, want to rank up to hit executive, I'm going to need my 2 legs at the top to be placing 100 PV. So at that point, it may make sense for me. So then I'm going to place that 100 so that I can rank. So the only way we rank is by having business legs under us. The only rank that you don't actually need other business people is star. So to get to star, you can get there with your own volume, because you placed an order even of 500 PV, you will be star. Okay? Any other questions? And then I will...
Jade, can I ask a question, please?
Sure. Yes, I'm listening.
You referred to 2 groups that you suggested. It was Diamonds in the Rough and the Distillery. When you referred to those groups, is it Facebook groups? Is it how do we get to see info?
Okay, so first of all, they are only open to members on our Hello Essentials team. So you need to be a member and you need to be in Hello Essentials. Second of all, you need to go to your enroller and ask them to please add you. You can only be added to the business groups by somebody. And the reason we do this, it's Sharona, right?
Yes.
Okay. The reason we do this, Sharona, is I need to make sure that you also are being looked after. Now, if you're like, I don't even know who my enroller is, or maybe you have an enroller who's not really even doing the business, you don't know, come to me and I'll help you. But someone needs to take responsibility for you to help you on this journey as well. That's why we make an existing business person add someone who's new who wants to do the business. So the distillery and Diamonds in the Rough, generally speaking, you are added by your enroller, and then you, because Facebook actually changed and they don't let anyone, they don't allow anyone to throw someone else in a group. You need to actually give permission for that. So I would then say I enrolled you, Sharona. I would go into the distillery, and then there is a pinned post and it says, fill this out for your new business person. So I fill it out and I say, I've just added Sharona D, I don't know your surname, but I'm just going to call you Dickinson. So Sharona Dickinson, that's her name on Facebook. And I check off one other thing, like, yes, I understand that I've added her. And then an admin goes and looks at this and they're like, okay, Jade, who is doing the business and she's in the distillery, she added Sharona. Great, all good. And now Sharona, you go to your notifications and it says, Jade's trying to add you, allow her access. And you're like, yes, all good. Then you will be in that group, okay?
Okay. Thank you. I'll touch base with Nicolette on the team, and I'll touch base with her.
Perfect. And then the other thing is Diamonds in the Rough. I ask for people to have watched. We have training videos about the business. We were just talking today about making some updated versions of these so that everything's talking in rands, because I understand teaching you guys with dollars doesn't really help anything. So we do have a South African market. What happens is Young Living's core is in, the hub is in Utah in the United States. So that means all the essential oils actually come from there. Even though we have farms everywhere, it's because we have huge testing equipment. They are huge. They cost a fat fortune for all of the stuff we have. And so all the oils, all the things need to go through there. The whole hub is in Utah. And what essentially happened is the compensation plan, all of these things, they then put into PV, which is kind of considered the universal currency. And then that PV is then taken to the different countries and is calculated at a peg rate. So the peg rate for South Africa is 11.5. So you would take whatever you would see like in dollars and you would actually, do an 11.5 calculation. So we've done that in a lot of our things, but we just need to have the videos to explain this, because I know in my brain, silver bound, I would get $50 if I ranked to star. Very different. South Africa, it ends up being 575 Rand because there is a peg rate. So they have to come up with this peg rate because they're taking into account all that goes into it, all that goes into exporting of product, licensing, regulatory thing. There's so many other costs and things involved. And so they do a huge calculation, and then there is a peg rate. And every country has a different peg rate based on all of those factors, okay? So just to kind of make that clear. Okay, here's a question on the chat. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Pleasure. I always forget South Africa. Everyone's so polite. It's always a thank you, pleasure. So sweet. Okay, so a Dream 500 question. To earn 5 points, it says your personally enrolled member has to achieve a new first-time paid rank. What does a first-time paid as rank refer to? Okay, so at the moment, there is also this incentive program called Dream 500, which is amazing because South Africa is one of the countries that's qualified for all of you guys to actually get points. Everything's running in a point system with this. And when you hit certain points, then you will qualify to be on a leaderboard. So there is a leaderboard right now, and the 100 people of that leaderboard, and this competition, if you will, it's not really a competition. It's just, I guess I'll call it a competition. It's an incentive program. So it's called Dream 500. It is running over the months of July, August, September. all of you guys as distributors, as people doing this business, are on this program, whether you want to be or not. And the system is calculating points for you. So one of the ways that you can get points, and the more points you get, the higher you rank. And like not your rank is in silver, gold, whatever. It's just the higher your value, and therefore you will be in the runnings to win a trip to Bora Bora. So the first 100 people are going to win a trip to Bora Bora. And then in South Africa, they have, in addition to that, there's a trip going to Mauritius for, I forget the qualifications. You guys can tell me. Some of my leaders jump in and just share. So for, you know, people who are in, let's say, the 101 to, I think it's 250, those people will get a chance to go to Mauritius. Then if you hit 20 points, you get a whole bunch of oils. If you hit 30 points, so it's a whole point system, and there's incentive. So the question, hopefully that makes sense for everyone, is to earn 5 points, it says your personally enrolled member has to achieve a new first-time paid rank. What does that mean? So a new first-time paid rank means I, Jade, enrolled Sarah, and Sarah has decided she's going to do the business, and Sarah ranks to star for the first time. And the reason that it's saying a paid rank is because Sarah put in her 100 PB. So Sarah is doing the business. Because Sarah ranked up and I personally enrolled her, I get points on that. Because somewhere along the line, I probably helped Sarah. So I deserve those points. Does that make sense? So I'm getting rewarded financially through my commissions paycheck. And now I'm also getting rewarded for the Dream 500 program. So I hope that makes sense. Louise, I saw you nodding as in a yes, got it. So good, awesome. Okay, Lucille, where do you get that info? With the Dream 500? Young Living Thrive. All of you guys need to be on Young Living Thrive. That is a Facebook group open to every single member in South Africa, and they are sharing all the incentive programs. They are sharing all information on leaders. They are sharing Zoom information. They're doing all of these things. Now your question, Louise, is does the enroller get 5 points for every new rank? They get 5 points for every one of their personally enrolled ranking up. Yes, yes. So again, all of you guys that are wanting to do the business, and even if you aren't sure, join Young Living Thrive. This is run by South Africa Corporate, and they are sharing information on there all the time about what incentives are happening. They're doing recognition for people who are ranking up, and all the rest of it. Okay, I'm actually going to stop the recording because this is going to be a very, very long video for people.